And how did I get into accountancy? When I remember when I was in my form 4, senior 4, my parents told me that you have your siblings who are growing up, and this we've at least pushed you up to senior 4, and now you're going to A level. Of course, there was some worries of me getting to A level because the money was not really enough,
Yeah.
and also my siblings were still young, and they also needed to get that level. But thank God I got a first grade in my O level, and somehow the school I went to, Holy Cross Lakeview in Ginger,
Yeah.
was able to give me a platform. They gave me half bursary for most of the time, so I was able to study through my A level. But at least in my mind, my parents had told me that this is your last level. This
Yeah.
is where you and you not proceed to another level. Now, one of the things I looked at, I'm a person who looks at possibilities. So I continuously looked out and say, if at all they do not pay for me school fees, how can I also make it to university outside this other direction of school fees? So I came to learn that there is what we call government sponsorship. So one of the things I committed to myself is I'm going to do as much as I can
Yeah.
to be able to get government. And somehow I started to work hard. So one of the things I've done in life is if I see, Brian, you're so good at business, I'll understudy you and see what I can learn from you.
Yeah.
So I remember it was in my senior 5. I actually got a warning letter, an academic warning letter. But remember, I, this was my last opportunity for me.
Yeah.
And I told myself, I should not just look at this warning letter. I asked myself, is there a way I can turn this around? So there were those bright students that you would see that these are number 1, number 2, number 3. So I looked out for those students and said, what are they doing different that I'm not doing? So I started to look at what they did, the books they read, the discussions I attended them, and I was also very vulnerable to say I didn't know ABCD.
Yeah.
So I would get a question and run to you, and I'm like, Brian, can you take me through this question?
Yeah.
And that helped me. And when we got to the next term, I told myself I need to be part of the number 10, like at least the best 10 people.
Yeah.
And somehow I worked my way, and before I knew it, I was number 10.
Yeah.